Why? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogbot333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the New Order not New Order, god damn it. 1000-Week Reich. I'm in the last video. Holy shit, a lot of stuff just got set up, didn't it? Wow. Yeah, I really am on a roll. Yeah, we began our border conflict to try to take Srem. The Hungarians took that over. So I think the idea for now was to try and take them out. But it seems that we have some stuff going on. Well, this morning began as another day in Zagreb. A bubble of peace isolated from the violence and chaos of the rest of Croatia, where there were no camps, nor Stasi soldiers hunting down Jews and Serbs. It was as peaceful as one could have it under Stasi. The bubble of peace, however, was suddenly punctured by a car speeding towards Pogman's palace. As it rammed through the gates, an explosion shook the earth, as the gates had been destroyed by a suicide bomber. Quickly, multiple partisans filled through onto the palace grounds. Overpowering the guards, they went to find Ante Pavlik. Pognovic armed himself and, along with his bodyguards, barricaded the stairwell to keep the partisans at bay. Battle entered, and the partisans coming up the stairs, only to see him jump from his window to the ground a story below. As Pavlik hit the pavement, breathing profusely and with broken legs from what he endured, he found himself surrounded by partisans. His death would be short, with him not even managing to beg for mercy before he was filled with bullets. The partisans draped the flag of Yugoslavia down from the windows, chanting brotherhood and unity. Stasi would not let this go. Tank and bomber units were dispatched to quell the partisans. Zagreb was in a state of war unseen in nearly a decade. Though all partisans involved were killed, and Andrea Artudovic was declared Pognovin that night, a message was sent to Croatian people that Stasi was not forever. Several riots have already broken out across the country, most prominently in Bosnian cities such as Sarajevo, Visegrad, and Banja Luka. Croatia burns. The jewel of the Adriatic lies shattered. At 7 o'clock this morning, the leader of Croatian Stasi in one of the Balkans' most monstrous states was suddenly assassinated. As a speeding car filled with Yugoslavian partisans suddenly broke out in the Pogman's palace, the kingpin of the Croatian fascists was shot dead. Following the news of his death, cities across Croatia and Bosnia have fallen into complete anarchy and disarray, with no end in sight for the instability rocking this regime, which many believe this may be the beginning of the end for what was once a brutal client state of a great German Reich held together through terror. Well, we have chaos in Zagreb. Devastating news. The communists have killed our dear Pognovin Ante Pavlik and left our serene capital of Zagreb in anarchy and chaos. Taking over Lake Pavlik's duties in his unfortunate absence, Andrea Artukovic has been selected as leader in hopes of bringing the independent state Croatia out of the darkness it now finds itself in. So we're kind of in a rough scenario right now. We'll see if we can make it, if it's going to become rougher, I guess. Terrible news. I think we already read this. How will we respond? We're going to mobilize all soldiers and declare war. Unexpected news from Croatia. Croatia under the Extreme Stasi Council and Hungary under Miklos Horthy have officially declared war on each other. The war declared over the issue of Croats living in the Hungarian province of Vladislav or Vojvodina in Serbo-Croatian. Experts say that Hungary will most likely win this war since it has the upper hand in both military and industrial size. This war would possibly decide the future of the Adriatic, and if the Italian hegemony gets challenged, but only time will tell. Another war in the Balkans. So... I'll see if I can't surround these guys. Oh! Well, I was thinking that, we weren't going to have a German Civil War, but I am, I guess, pleasantly surprised. Chaos in Zagreb. Oh. Got more guys. Parliament meets. First time since the Zagreb uprising, the Croatian state parliament has met in a hastily convened emergency session. I believe the Supreme Mustaza Council was officially and unanimously selected to be the governing body, selected the next Pognovic, succeeding the recently murdered Ante Pavelic. From there, however, the state of parliament quickly descended to chaos as the council attempted to propose acts that would clamp down on what limited opposition remains, citing the possibility of several parliamentarians being involved in conspiracy with Jews and Freemasons to restore the rights of Serbs. Several HSS lawmakers walked down protests, while others, along with multiple Bosniak MPs, berated their Stasi counterparts, declaring that if the latter passed council proposals, Croatia would be torn apart. After a brawl between Ustaz and HSS members broke out on the floor of the state parliament, a vote was finally called, resulting in a victory for all of the proposed acts. Though it is not, as the council representatives complained, the Jews of the Masons. The highest level of Croatia's government has been infiltrated, in truth, by the societal tension that threatens to, as said by the Bosnian lawmaker, tear the country apart. Let's get to work. We have summoned Parliament. The Parliament decided the only way to stop the instability in the country is to destroy the resistance group. Further planning and drafting of the attack plans will commence. Hopefully this will stop the rebellion. First, let's arm the garrisons, because it looks like we could use some arms. The garrison in the countryside may be top-notch, must be top-notch in order to fight off the threats of states, and we'll make it so. Get a bit of encirclement off here. Parliament, overlooking all the plans and the budget size, it's clear that we only have sufficient to pacify one of the two biggest resistant groups, that being the Bosnian nationalists and the Yugoslav partisans. With the country coming ever closer to total chaos, which one will it be? Let's try to finish off the partisans, I think. Let's add these guys into the army. We actually have a nice amount of militiamen. That'll actually help pad out our forces a little bit. Gonna... Death of Ante Pavelic. A debate has sprung up on the proposals in the Stasi Council about the funeral of the now deceased leader. The original proposal supports a grand expensive funeral inspired by the German funeral of Adolf Hitler. Lorvik and his clique quickly sprung up and attacked the proposal, saying it will only deepen the debt of the country and make the economic situation even worse, supporting only a moderate small funeral procession, keeping costs as low as possible, and not being too cheap to please the other two cliques. No. We're organizing a grand funeral. Will not upset anyone, of course. We'll send you there to help crush this guy. With the sudden death of Pognovic Ante Pavelic, the independent state of Croatia has organized a massive state funeral, with parades and orchestra in his honor. Seeking to imitate the funeral of Adolf Hitler, even surpassing it, the funeral was televised all across the nation, even in some countries neutral or friendly towards the Croatian state and its leadership. The sheer cost of the funeral has been estimated to be so high that it will put a massive dent on the economic recovery of the nation. What a waste of resources. What a glorious waste of resources, I think they mean. Vladimir Lorvik held a speech in the Savoy discussing the position of Pognovic. Lorvik has condemned both Arturovic and Fratnik for their unwillingness to reform the party. He's also condemning Shaza's military's existence, saying that only the armed forces force the country needs of the Home Guard. This speech has earned him a good position among the Home Guard representatives. Reforms are needed. Fascist coup in Hungary. If I could just take Budapest. I cannot just take Budapest. It was worth a shot, though. Andrea Artukovic held a speech in the subordinate discussing who should be the next Pognovic. I can speak. He, of course, said it is his only natural to be the next Pognovic, being Pavlovic's deputy. Artukovic has condemned the other groups sabotaging the country by trying to do policies to hurt the purity of the Croatian state. He went on a ramble about foreign spies in the country and the Judeo-Bolshevik and capitalist threats from across the continent. Spore applauded his speech, but the former's clique did so with much displeasure. Conservative in the party. So our economy is still alive but not collapsed. Sheer determination. Spite can be a pretty powerful tool. Jure Fratnik held a speech today, but not at the Sabor. Instead, he held a televised speech in front of the Black Legion's headquarters. Frantechik condemned both Lorvik and Arturovic, saying they both want to bring Croatia into ruin. Fratnik also crossed a few of the Vishaza ideological lines, complimenting the Serbian volunteers in his Black Legion, but also condemning the Serbian government in Belgrade. Fratnik's policies seemed to be calmed down versions of Arturovic's idealism, mixed with legionnarism. Although most people are confused by policies, he's still widely popular in the public. Supporters are more fanatic than ever. Black Legionary. I'll actually let you fall back so you can move into Budapest. And allow us to do that. Seems we actually have an encirclement in here as well. Landlocked Admiral just got yeeted. AI moments. Never got to see the sea. Brings a tear to my eye. We almost capitulated them too, Jesus. The cowardly Hungarians have accepted our total victory, and our oppressed brothers and sisters in the Volvina have been freed from Hun rule. While many of our brave soldiers unfortunately died in this endeavor, their sacrifice for creation of fatherland shall be immortalized. Zadam Spremny. Oh, that was great. Oh. God, I'm sorry, Hungary, but you just got... That was just brutal. It looks like we lost a lot of the militiamen we had for that invasion, which is a little sad. How the fuck did you make that war look piss easy? Because it was. I'm also surprised it went that well myself, if I'm honest. Did you not get the uprising in Bosnia too? I think it's been reworked. I don't think the Bosnian uprising is immediate. From my understanding. I think it depends on what we end up doing over here. But there we go. I want to say if you go after the Bosnians, it's going to piss them off. I might be wrong there, but that's kind of my understanding. Because we used to work, if you lost a skirmish, Hungary declared war, the Bosnian uprising would trigger, like, right on, and you have to fight on multiple fronts. Ah, I'm fucking asleep, goddammit. We'll no longer tolerate the partisan menace. We'll raid, pillage, and burn every base, house, and shack until there are no more places to hide, for them to hide. I mean, that works, I guess. My foot's asleep, god damn it. Fucking shit. God. Just gotta hope my damn foot can wake up. Pins and needles. Have to sleep, have a good day. Thanks for hopping in, Nietzsche. Hungarian war so hard because we could trench or attack you when he had to deal with Bosnia. Yeah, when I did my Hungary campaign, I didn't have to worry about Croatia at all, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weirded out when that didn't happen. I'm not going to complain at all, but kind of funny how that worked out. We have the Ostland Civil War. The end of Moscovian. I'm surprised, honestly. That was my first attempt doing it. And it kind of went well. Ooh. Slovak Spring. Raided partisan bases. Do the purge of sympathizers. There are rumors of Judeo-Bolshevik sympathies among our ranks. We must end this threat at once. Hungary is coping so hard. They had to go for the Air Cross Party, which is not nice. It's basically, essentially from my knowledge, because I actually went to the museum in Budapest that went over, among other things, the things the Air Cross Party did. Kind of sound like a Hungarian Ustaza, not gonna lie. Flying the courtroom, while the courtroom doing court-martial, the commander of Budapest garrison asked to explain why he abandoned the fucking capital. Yeah, that was bad. I kept having an attack for a moment, then I realized, wait, no. Let the AI hang itself. Today, a large part of the lower administration positions in the government faced trial of our alleged disloyalty of Yugoslav partisans. All of them, of course, denied these accusations, but that was enough to save the traitors, as they were sentenced to death and shot by Ustaza military leader that day. The remains were dragged into a pit and burned. That'd be done. Next, set the year for light. Partisans hide in many forests, although this would usually make it hard to eliminate them completely. A few controlled fires never hurt anyone. Montiroku. Conservative victory in Canada. We'll see how those Tories do. Much military influence. We need to up the military influence somehow. So I got to figure out how to do that. Because if we up it to 50, at this point we have it. Ustaza militia descended into a thick force with no one to pay attention for their doings. They quickly started burning the force down. While having the goal of destroying the partisans, they also burned most of their brigades present there as well. The partisan activities largely ceased after the burnings, with the fire left to be dealt with by the police departments for more than a week. The Home Guard, shocked by the environmental damage, has demanded the court-martialing of the forces who participated in the fires and managed to escape alive. It was necessary. Those trees deserved it. Now we have an uneasy calm. Since our efforts to bring back stability of the nation, there's been an awfully long time without any reports from the garrisons about the situation in the countryside. Something like an uneasy calm before the storm. As getting rid of one of the two biggest resistance movements, the activities of the other have been completely ceased. While this has finally brought some peace and quiet of a nation, there's a thick feeling of suspense that some could be cut with a knife. While the UNS is scrambling to find some leads to where the other resistance movement have gone, government of Zagreb has completely lost all contact with the garrison all over the country. This can't be good. I might have fucked up, actually. I'm not gonna lie. We might get the Bosnian uprising as a result. But we'll just have to see what happens. You guys are just missing artillery, but we can work with that. The death of Vopognovic is shaking our state to the very core. A precarious position in Bosnia are no exception. Likely being bought up by the Bolsheviks and Serbs, these rabble-rousers have been calling for ridiculous requests like more rights and self-determination. These deviants must be dealt with immediately. Send in the Home Guard. I did this wrong. I remembered what I was supposed to do completely wrong. I might pay for the consequences coming up here. The future of the Croatian state uncertain. Many Bosnians within parliament have almost been as restless as the protesters in Mostar and Sarajevo, with all of them opposing any further action against our riotous brethren. Without any actual progress made after 6 hours, what seemed more like a seedy tavern than the national parliament, session subsequently ended without anything accomplished, and the Bosnian politicians quickly leaving Zagreb at a suspiciously quick pace. Why didn't we hang them when we had a chance? Bosnian vote should be easy now that you don't have to fight Hungary. True. Let's hope Italy doesn't want to step in, though. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Anyhow, we'll have to see the consequences of our actions play out next time, because I have to end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Like, dislike if you didn't. Leaving comments or feedback down in the comment section below. Check out the various links down in the description box below as well. And yeah, I'll leave that there for now. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. My name has been Mr. Dogboat333. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.